A very warm welcome to Genie's Crochet Corner. Today I'd like to just share this lovely 2-row repeat blanket pattern with you. We're going to be using an even number of chain, and it's just 2 rows. So we work 1 row. The first pattern row is a row of double crochet, and then we work this sort of bobble stitch for the second pattern. And you can chain as many chain as you want for the length of the item you want to crochet, as long as it's an even number. And you just repeat the first pattern row, second pattern row for as many times as you want to for the length of your item. So I'm just going to be using some worsted yarn and a 7mm crochet hook, and a 6 or a 6.5mm crochet hook will be just as good. Because I crochet quite tightly, I'm just using the 7mm crochet hook to make it nice and soft and chunky. So I'm going to start off by making a slip knot, and I'm going to chain an even number of chains, so 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So I have my 18 chain, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working the pattern only from the third stitch from the hook, so from the beginning, so that you get this lovely little border here where you can just work your border into these holes here. So the first pattern row is just working a double crochet into each chain across. So I'm not going to be using the first chain or the second chain from the hook, and I'm going to work a double crochet into the third chain from the hook, and this 2 chain that we missed stands as a stitch, so it does count as a stitch. So I just work my double crochet, 1 double crochet into each chain, So just the double crochet into the last chain, and this is the first pattern row. So I'm going to count my stitches. So this 2 chain counts as a stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I made a chain of 18, an even number. I have 1 stitch less than the number of chain I made. So for the second row, I'm going to chain 1, 2, and this chain, 2 chains stands as a stitch. So for the first, it stands as the first stitch. So I'm not going to be using this stitch here. Into the next stitch, I'm going to be working a double crochet. Around the next stitch, around this double crochet, I'm going to be working 3 front post double crochet, leaving the last loop of each of those double crochet on the hook. So 1, 2, 3. So I have 4 loops on the hook. I'm just going to pull the yarn through the first 3 loops and then through the last 2 loops. So I've made my first pattern stitch. Into the next double crochet, I'm going to be working a back post, 2 back post double crochet, leaving the last loop of the double crochet on the hook. So just the 2. So 1, 2. So we've left the last loop of the double crochet on the hook, and I'm going to pull the yarn through the first 2 loops and then the last 2 loops, and we've made our second pattern stitch. And we're going to continue working the front post and then the back post, then the front post, then the back post. And the front post is 3 double crochet, leaving the last loop on the hook, and the back post is just the 2 double crochet, leaving the last loop on the hook. So we're just going now to the front post double crochet. So 1, 2, and 3. We have our 4 loops on the hook. We pull through the thread yarn through the first 3 loops and then through the last 2 loops. And then we're going to do the back post. So just the 2 back post. So 1, 2, and we leave the last loop of the back post double crochet on the hook, pull through the first 2 loops, pull through the next 2 loops. And that's how it's starting to look, and that's how it looks at the back. And we just continue that way. Our 3 front post double crochet, leaving the last loop of the double crochet on the hook, pull through the first 3, pull through the last 2, and then we just work our 2 back post around the next double crochet. So 1 and 2, pull through 2 loops and then the last 2 loops. We just repeat that until we get to the end of the row. So just the front post, 3 front posts. If it's easy for you to do the back post, you can just turn your work like that and then just work your back post like so. You just turn your work to do the back post like so, and then just go around the back way of the double crochet. And we work a front post double crochet, so I'm left with two stitches, a double crochet and the 2 chain, and we started off our first pattern stitch with the front post. We've ended with the front post, so I'm just going to go work a double crochet into this double crochet, and then I'm left with the 2 chain space. I'm just going to slip under that 2 chain and work a double crochet, and that's your 2 rows of the pattern. So we start off just with our 2 chain, a double crochet, and then a front post, back post, front post, and the front post is 3 double crochet, leaving the last loop of each double crochet in the hook, and the back post is just the 2, and we finish off with a front post, so we have an even, and then we have our 1 double crochet and our double crochet. And if you want, when you're doing your working your round, you can just either slip underneath the 2 chain space, or you can work a double crochet into the second chain of that 2 chain. And this is what it looks like at the back. And you can just work these 2 pattern rows for as many times as you want, and just have an even number of chain just to begin with. I hope this tutorial has been useful and helpful to you. Until next time, enjoy crocheting.